Over to Rick Barry of San Francisco. And what a sharpshooter he is. Swish.
He's the only player ever to win scoring titles in the NCAA, ABA, and the NBA.
Welcome into STB Sports Takes, simply the best sports podcast. I'm your host, Sean Bingham, and today I have the great honor of being joined by NBA legend Rick Barry. Rick, this is truly an honor for me, so thank you for being here.
Well, happy to be here, and congratulations on your podcast. It's a fun thing. Broadcasting is fun. I studied that when I was in college. In fact, actually, I probably would have had a major, but I was in the business school, and you couldn't have a minor even.
Oh, wow.
But I took as many courses in radio, TV, and film work that I
did.
Did
you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was my goal growing up, was because I saw Pat Summerall, Frank Gifford,
Yep.
who I was a football giant fan,
Yep.
and the Knicks and stuff growing up in New Jersey. And so when I saw them go into broadcasting, I said, well, that'd be really cool. I get to be a professional athlete and then go into broadcasting. So that's why I studied all of that stuff growing up.
You grew up in New York, you said, right?
New Jersey.
New Jersey,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you go all the way out, and obviously you're with the Warriors again now. You only played for the Warriors for a couple of seasons, right?
I played for 2 seasons, and then I sat out and went to the ABA,
Yep.
and then stayed in the ABA for a while, playing in a number of teams, and then wound up coming back to the Warriors.
Okay.
And played for them until another 3-4 years or whatever, and then we won a championship, and then my last 2 years I finished up in Houston. And
Yep.
it was a crazy thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I left the Warriors over $10,000. Can you believe that? I mean, it was so unbelievable. The owner, Freddie Camluli, was on he liked to sail, and he had a ship. He was gone, and the general manager, Scotty Sterling, who used to be with the Raiders and all, we're sitting in the room. He says, Rick, I can't believe you're going to blow this deal over $10,000. I says, what the hell are you talking about, Scotty? I can't freaking believe you're going to let me go over $10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
when you think about it. I mean, the money back then was nuts. I mean, I was the second player picked in the draft.
Yeah.
They offered me $12,500, and I had to make the team.
Unbelievable.
No guaranteed contracts.
Unbelievable.
No agents. It was a different world. Totally
Yeah.
different world. I mean, now they pay guys this stupid money. Most of them aren't worth it. I mean, I don't know why they want to pay the kind of money they pay to some of these guys now. It's just outrageous. But it is what it is, and they're very lucky.
Yeah.
I should be getting a piece of every one of them.
Yeah, you're...
Well, because I'm the one that I did before Kurt Flood. Everybody talked Kurt Flood and the reserve clause of baseball. Hell, I did that before Kurt Flood. It was the same clause in our contract.
Yeah.
And so it opened up basically free agency. You could play your option out and changed everything for basketball. So,
Wow.
So, I had an interesting life, but I wouldn't trade it. I mean, I love basketball. I love playing. And
Yeah.
I mean, when you love, that's what I try to tell kids all the time. I said, look, if you don't get anything out of what I'm telling you here today, get this. Find something you love and you have a passion for. Learn as much about it as you can, because that's the foundation that you're laying to build on.
Yep.
Then you can build on that foundation. You can't build a skyscraper on a small foundation.
Yep.
Physically, it's an impossibility. It will fall over.
Yeah.
So the bigger the foundation, the taller the building.
You're the 1975 NBA Finals MVP. Is that the crowning moment of your career,
Just
or
the championship. I played to win. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
All the other stuff. It's like, so take a birthday cake. So a birthday cake has icing and cherries and candles and all the decorations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Take all of those things and put them on a plate without the cake.
Yep.
Sometimes it could look like a big mess.
Yeah, it would look like a big mess. Yeah.
Right? So you win a scoring title, you win steals, you win this, the free throw title, whatever. All that shit doesn't mean anything without the cake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to have gotten the cake, and I have a lot of stuff to put on it.
Yeah. You played against you're a legend, but you also played against a lot of legendary.
God, I played against so many great players. It's insane. People say, oh, the greatest player. One thing that drives me crazy about basketball now is this GOAT stuff. When I played, the GOAT was the guy that screwed up.
That's a good point. Yeah.
The GOAT. And first of all, and this is good for you,
Yep.
there is no such thing as a GOAT in a team sport.
Yep.
It has to be by position. Every position played in every sport, the skills required to play that position are a little bit different.
Yep.
So why the hell are you comparing Michael Jordan to LeBron James? They play different positions. It'd be like comparing Willie Mays in my day baseball to Sandy Koufax, one of the greatest pitchers ever. That's stupid.
Great
or
point.
to Yogi Berra. I mean, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So if you really want to have a really good conversation and when you're doing your podcast with athletes, forget comparing decades, different decades. That's stupid because I just you just had Willie Burton on. I mean, he's one of the greatest athletes, amazing. And he was talking about the training is so different.
Yeah.
Some people say, Rick, you guys couldn't play today. I said, are you on drugs? Do you understand how much better I would be if I played today? Yeah. You know what I had to help me?
Nothing.
Zero.
Yeah.
Absolute zero. We showed up, had to be in shape, ready to go, 2-day workouts, long training camps. Now they're in like 3-4 days and they're playing exhibitions in basketball.
Yep.
No strength coach, no agility coach, no dietitian. We traveled commercially. I mean, it was just a totally different world.
Yeah.
So I'd be faster, stronger, quicker, more endurance, jump higher. I'd be so much better a basketball player now if I was playing today.
Yeah.
So these guys, so stop comparing the different eras.
Yeah.
And start comparing the players at their positions during their times that they played.
Yeah.
Now you can have a meaningful conversation, right?
Yeah.
Who is better? Who do you want during the time that they're playing?
Yeah.
I mean, stop doing that other comparison. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
None. Makes none.
Yeah. Who were some of your, toughest opponents, and who were some of your
All
best
of them.
teammates?
I played against the best defending. Whoever the best defender was on the other team was guarding me.
Yeah.
So the beauty of that is that I knew that I'm never going to have a night off. I mean, I would never allow myself to do that. I can honestly say there was only one game ever in my professional career that I wasn't ready to play the first quarter of the game, ready
Really?
to go. Yeah, there was something going on in my life doing stuff, and I was distracted with it and all. I was so upset with myself because I played like shit. And I mean, if I could have kicked myself physically in the ass, I would have done it, but I couldn't do it. I was so mad at myself, and I said, I will never, ever allow that to happen again.
Wow.
And so it's the mental part of the game is you have to be prepared. You have to learn to be able to stay focused. I think if that's the one thing, if I could find something to be able to teach people, not just basketball, to be able to remain focused for extended periods of time, I'd be a trillionaire, because it can't be taught.
Yeah.
You have to find out what is it that you need to do to get your freaking head in the game and stay in the game the entire time. So one of the reasons why you see what happens. Somebody's got a 22-point lead. I was just watching highlights of, what was it? It was the Detroit Lions, who looked like you're going to have the great chance against the 49ers a couple of seasons ago, right?
Yeah.
They're up, 27-7 or something, some crazy number at this time.
Yeah.
And they killed them in the second half, right? The Detroit Lions. That's a loss of focus.
How do you gauge that?
For playing good. I mean, playing smart, not doing stupid things. Being rotating, not letting guys get easy
Stupid
layups
turnovers,
over there. just playing the game the right way.
Yeah.
And being in the game,
Yep.
mentally in the game.
Yep.
And so my assistants, we would look and go over the chart and we'd figure it out. So, okay, guys, I just want you to look at some things we figured here. All right. We're in this game. We figured we play 30 of the 48 minutes. I'm not asking you for 48 minutes. I'm asking you for 40. Because I can guarantee you, if we play 40 minutes of focused basketball, offensive, defense, we're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be better than most teams. So I said, okay, 30 minutes. Here was the result of the game. We won by this. Okay, this was 36 minutes that we played, but here's the result of the game.
Yeah.
And the more minutes we stayed focused, the more success we had, and the bigger the margin of victory.
Wow.
And so I said, okay, I don't know what you guys did. I mean, we had a game that we were just horseshit. I mean, and we played back-to-back games, I remember, in the minor leagues. And I said, okay, guys, I'm going to take responsibility for this loss, but basically it's on your ass because you guys lost focus in this game. I said, it's my fault for not calling some timeouts and getting you guys to get your heads back in the game, and so I'll take responsibility for this one. So next night I said, okay, here we go. I want you guys to understand what happened and remember what happened yesterday in the game. That's not going to happen because if it is, I'll call every timeout in the first freaking half if I have to in the first quarter to not let it happen again. And so we went out and we just kicked the team. We just kicked her. We probably played 46 minutes. We killed this team. So I said, look, whatever you did mentally to be ready for this game tonight is what you have to do every time you put your uniform on. It will change you as a player. It will change us as a team. I don't know what it was. I said, it's an individual thing. So whatever the hell you did, take it and box it up and have it at your disposal because that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
And so those are the kind of things that you have to try to teach the players because that's such a critical element of the game. Sports, so much of it is mental.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because skill-wise, the guys are so talented and amazing what they can do. It's the difference is the guys that have it here. The guys that can stay focused, know what needs to be done, be able to see what's happening, analyze it, and let it register with them and react to it. That's the thing about basketball. Basketball, you have to react quickly in basketball.
Yeah.
It's such a fast-paced game. And it's not as if you can sit there and think about what's happening in baseball and look at what the pitchers are doing, the pitch count. No, you're constantly doing something.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're not on offense doing something, you should be moving and doing it. Now you're playing defense. You're constantly in action, in motion. Even more so than even in soccer. In soccer, a lot of the action's on one half of the field. And the other guys are standing back there just watching. You still have to be in it. And that's probably even harder. I think it's easier when you're really immersed in it to be able to stay focused on the game.
Yeah.
But that's why you see 20-point leads all of a sudden dissipate. I mean, it's because they lose their focus. So
How much of it do you think, you've played at that level, how much of it is jitters? Like, do jitters come into it? Do you get
jitters? What? No.
No.
What the bottom line of it? The other word that's used in sports that drives me absolutely insane, and it's the most overused word in sports lexicon, is pressure. How many freaking times do you hear there is no pressure?
Really?
When you have confidence.
Yeah, when you have confidence.
Thank you. And, what happens is you're put into critical situations in life, whether it's business. When I talk to business people, you will face extremely critical situations, maybe to do the biggest sale that the company's ever had, wherever. But hey, if you're a salesperson and you've trained yourself properly, you've learned the fundamentals, and you have confidence in your ability to do what it is you trained to do, you relish those. You want those situations.
Yeah.
If I can go back in life and control every game I played in my life, I would want the game to come down. Last 10 seconds, game on the line. I want the ball in my hands.
I love that. Yeah.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Now, am I going to be always successful? No.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I am.
Yeah.
Realistically, no. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're not going to be always perfect. But I believe that I was. I believe that I'm going to make a shot, or I'm going to create an opportunity for my teammates. And what more do you want than to be in that situation?
Yeah.
You have a chance to be the hero. You have a chance to help your team win the game. And I'm probably a supremely confident person, which scares the shit out of people, to be honest with you. I mean, people, Rick Barry, he's arrogant. No. Trust me. An arrogant person is a person who doesn't have confidence.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
agree.
camouflage mechanism to make you think that he's scared shitless.
Yeah.
An arrogant person doesn't have the confidence necessary. You just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And, hopefully you get the job done, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, hopefully more times than not. But that's just, I just hear it all the time. Pressure. I finally heard the one coach say on there, it was good. He says, this is a critical situation for us. Yeah, he said it's a pressure situation, which means it's a situation where pressure could become a factor, but only if you lack confidence in your ability to do what it is you need to do to be successful.
Yeah.
And so I go nuts listening to the pressure.
Yeah.
And if you really watch, the pressure is really on after the game and doing stuff. You know what? If there really was pressure, you probably would have choked like a dog.
So how do you teach that?
You can't.
Yeah.
You just have to put guys in situations like I did there and say, here's what we have to do. As a coach, you call a timeout.
Yep.
Guys, where the hell? And I'll get to you. You're playing on the court. I go, Sean.
Yeah.
Not yell at you, scream at you. That's all I do.
Point, yeah.
Think. Get your fucking head in the game.
Yep.
Excuse my language.
I feel like, obviously I don't have any athletic accolades like you do, but just when you were talking about like salespeople, I'm a sales guy. I'm an entrepreneur. And I was on Shark Tank years back.
Really?
Yeah.
What product you have?
It's called Adventure Hunt. It was like have you ever seen the TV show The Amazing Race?
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like an Amazing Race type event within your city. So you'd solve clues and complete challenges that would guide you around your city to a buried treasure chest. So we had an app that we created. Then people would kind of compete in the app to win this competition, and they'd win a prize. And anyway, so really fun.
Did anybody buy in?
Yeah. So
who did?
Robert Herjavec.
Oh, Herjavec.
Yeah, Herjavec did a deal with us. So, but anyway, people always ask me, like, this is the only thing I can really relate to with what you're talking about. Like, oh, were you nervous? And I actually wasn't. And it wasn't because I'm some, hardcore killer sales guy, but I prepared myself. I was like supremely prepared for that moment.
There you go.
And so when it came, I was like, I already knew we were going to get a deal. It was just a matter of who we were going to pick, And so it's cool hearing you say that and relating it to people who maybe, haven't been able to be in the NBA. And,
but it works. It's everything in life, regardless of what you're doing, whether it's entrepreneurial stuff, whether it's science, music, whatever the hell it is. You got to prepare yourself properly and have. And so I give all these things. Like my big thing, my father told me about pride. son, take pride in everything you do. Always give your best effort, and all. And that way you sleep well at night, and don't be afraid to fail. That's another thing. You can't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
You're not perfect. You're going to fail.
Yep.
Smart people learn from their mistakes, and you just don't keep making the same mistake over and over again.
Yeah.
Right? Well, Einstein theory, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again the same way, expecting a different result, which is crazy. And so, and that's the whole key to it, the preparation beforehand. And so I took the pride. There's so many wonderful qualities that you can possess, and they're great, right?
Yeah.
Pride. I take pride, break it down into different words, and I won't go through all of them and everything. But the P, preparation.
Yep.
Prepare yourself properly.
Yeah.
Just take R, repetition, over and over and over and over again, so it's second nature to you.
Yeah.
I, intuition, inquisitiveness, ask questions, learn. D, dedication, determination, desire, all great qualities, right?
Yeah.
E, effort, education, learn more you can, all those great things. But all of those are great, and I go over all of them, and I have comments from very successful people talking about all of these characteristics.
Yeah.
And then I come down and I said, but it really boils down to all of that leads up to the most important quality necessary. Confidence in yourself and your abilities to do what it is you're training to do.
Yeah.
That's the key to success.
Yeah. I think I saw an interview Kobe Bryant did once where he talked about the same thing. He just talked about the preparation is everything. If the preparation is there.
But proper preparation.
Proper preparation, yeah.
No, you can go out there and practice all the time. If you're practicing shit, you're going to be shitty.
Yeah.
You got to practice the right way.
We had Olden Paul and Easton here just a little bit ago. And he talked about Isaiah Hartenstein making more in a year than he made in his entire career, and just how it's evolving so much. Are there things you see with the game, and obviously people like you laid the groundwork for them to make that kind of money, but are there things you see in today's game that you wish existed other than the money when you played, and vice versa, that you wish didn't exist?
All the technology that exists.
Yeah.
We had nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing we ever had, and we didn't even have, the team didn't do it, it just came out on its own, was Nautilus.
Yeah.
Like it came out in 1978 or 9, something like that.
I remember, I can picture the Nautilus logo. What is it?
Yeah,
though?
the machines. It was just different machines
to
do something. Well, we had nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Did
nothing.
you guys weight train at all?
No.
No, never.
No.
Yeah.
We had nothing. I mean, zero.
Yeah.
Absolute zero. In fact, we used to go, I'd take a shower, wash my uniform in the shower, and hope it dried out for the game the next night.
That's amazing.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, my first day, our per diem, $8 a day for per diem to eat on.
Yeah.
And travel coach, commercial. Get done with the game, go out. We rented cars and drove ourselves around.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. Stay in shit hotels.
Just completely different world.
No, double. And when I first came in the room, we had roommates. They didn't have a single room. I mean, it was like a different world.
Yeah.
And I was thrilled. I mean, hell, I couldn't believe it. I was making I negotiated up myself. I made $18,000 my first year playing.
Really?
You didn't have season.
Did you have an agent or no
No agents back then.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as an agent.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a different world.
So you obviously had a son that has been in the NBA as well.
I had 5 sons that all played professionally.
All played professionally.
Yeah, all of them should have been in the NBA. Unfortunately, all of them didn't get the opportunity to do that, but they all should have. 3 of them did, but all 5 of them should have. My oldest son, Scooter, Larry Bird, and McHale said, "Rick, your son should have made our team." I got him a chance to get a tryout because he didn't get drafted. And they both said, yeah, he was better than our number 1 draft pick and should have made our team. But they had 13 no-cut contracts, guaranteed, and 12-man roster.
Yep.
So he went and played overseas. He played till he was 40 years old overseas.
Wow.
And then my youngest son, Canyon, should have been in there, and he never got the chance. I was just telling the Pump Brothers.
Yeah, Canyon was he was in the Olympics,
3x3. But that's why, because he was trying the NBA, playing and averaging 13 points a game. One of the seasons, 13 points a game in the G League with 7 shots, shooting 48 from 2s, 40 from 3s, 85 from the free throw line. And couldn't get a 10-day contract.
Yeah.
And they had a guy making $7 million on the Minnesota Timberwolves team, was shooting 26 from 3s, 36 from 2s, and 65 from the free throw line, making $7 million. And my son's doing all the other stuff and couldn't get a 10-day contract. So he just got frustrated and was approached by USA Basketball to do the thing.
Yeah.
And so he said, and he excels at that because he's really smart, knows how to play the game. He was taught how to play it the right way, and got a chance to be an Olympian. And actually, unfortunately, Jimmer Fredette got hurt, and everybody was, this team sucks. No, they were one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
And Jimmer was great, and he got hurt right at the beginning of the second game.
Yep.
And they missed getting into the medal round. They lost 3 games by 2 points and played with 3 guys, no substitutes, and that's hard to play that game with no substitutes. He scored 15 of the 21 points
Just on
in
fire,
the last 7 points to beat France, who won the silver medal.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat him with only 3 guys.
Yeah. Is Canyon the youngest?
Canyon's my youngest, yeah.
Yeah.
He was with a different mom. And his mother was an All-American. In fact, Canyon and his mother were in the history of NCAA basketball, is the only mother to be first-team academic All-America and the son first-team academic
Wow.
All-America. And Canyon was actually the academic All-America player of the year one year.
Yeah. Wow.
And he was a hell of a player, and smart, knew the game really well, but just didn't get the chance. But
Yeah.
in life is a series of adventures and experiences, and some good, some bad.
Yeah.
And so you just have to understand that everything in life happens for a reason. I live by this, and it really helps you get through some very difficult times. And something will happen to you, and you go, "What the hell? Why is this happening to me?"
Yeah.
And you can't figure it out. Now, sometimes you get the answer. You might get the answer the same day. You might get the answer the next day. It might be a week later. It might be a month later. It could be a year later.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of the things that happened in my life, it was 2 years it took. 2 years. I wouldn't be with the incredible wife that I have now and have my son Canyon if it had not been for that happening. I was trying to go through and getting a divorce, and it took freaking years to get it all done. Mm-hmm. Had it not taken all those years, saying, why is this taking so long? This is insane. If it had not been that long, I never would have been able to develop the relationship that I did with my current wife. She would have been totally panicked about the fact, because I had a lot of baggage, okay? I'd been married before, older, kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And if I had asked her to marry me and that divorce went through quickly, I don't think there's any way in the world that she ever would have agreed to marry me. But because it took 2 years to do it, we developed a relationship and all that was able to overcome all of the bullshit that I had
Yeah.
in my life that she had to overcome and deal with. And so that's the perfect example. It took 2 years, but that's why.
Yeah.
And there's many other things that have happened as to the reason why it's happened, but it will. Eventually you'll get the answer to why something happens.
People ask him why he shoots free throws like that. He said his father taught him to play basketball, and he said that's how you shoot them.
My oldest son could shoot it really well, Scooter, and he was on the championship team with Danny Manning in '88 at Kansas. And he said, Dad, it's hard enough being your son without shooting underhand free throws. I said, well, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But if you could shoot a higher percentage,
Yeah.
you're doing yourself and your team a disservice by not doing it.
Yeah.
And I never tried to get any of them to do it. I showed it to them and really say, hey, you really need to do this. My father was on me all the time because I was only like 75 in the 70s. And so you're not a good free throw shooter if you're not 80.
Yeah.
Okay, simple fact. If you can't shoot 80 from the free throw line, you're not a good free throw shooter. End of story. But all my boys are 80% free throw shooters, overhand. So I'm not going to try to change them. In fact, Mike Newland, who was like, I love Mike Newland, my old teammate from the Rockets, he was like 88% free throw. Rick, I got to change and do it. Mike, you're 88%. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he said, yeah, but I think I could be better. And that's what I loved about Mike, you know? I mean, that's the same thing to me. Show me a way to do something better. Show me a putting style to be able to putt this way. It made sense to me, and I changed it. My putting became so much better in golf. I'm always willing, and you should always have an open mind. And so many people have closed minds about things. You should always listen to what somebody has to say. If they say, I have a way to do something, let me see it.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Show me. And then evaluate it.
Yeah.
And if it makes sense, change.
Yeah.
The hell, don't be stuck in the
Well, I think
mud.
it comes down to that true confidence you're talking about
Shit.
too. Like to be able to shoot free throws underhand, probably get poked fun at or along the way,
Oh, yeah, no.
and not care.
And,
It takes confidence.
I still remember the first time I played on the road was in still don't remember for sure. I should look it up one time trying to see whether it was before my junior or senior year in high school. But I remember I was on the road. I was in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. I remember him shooting, and this is late in the game, and the guy from the stands, hey, Barry, you big sissy shooting like that. And I heard the guy next to him perfectly clear say, what are you making fun of him for? He doesn't miss. And from that point on, I was cool. I was really cool. Canyon had a couple of really good ones. He said, yeah, Dad, I was on the road one time in the student section right there on your case. And he missed a free throw. And the student section, you're adopted. He thought that was pretty clever.
It's pretty clever, actually. What percent, and maybe you don't remember, but what percentage free throw shooter were you?
I finished at right around 90, but the thing is, I still think I'm the best free throw shooter.
So why are more people not doing it?
Yeah, but let me finish my thing. And I brag about it only because it's the only part of the game you can be selfish and help your team.
Yeah.
So, again, I was the best free throw shooter. But I said, I think I can get better. I could never be satisfied. So I played around. I said, you know what? So I took my wrist out of the shot. My last 6 years, I shot over 92%, which is better than anybody ever had. And my last 2 years, I shot over 94%.
Wow.
I missed, I think, 9 one season and 10 the other. I only missed a total of 19 free throws in the last 2 full seasons. And Andre Drummond from the Pistons back in 1 year missed 22 free throws in one game. In one freaking game. I would have slipped my wrist. How do you live with yourself?
Yeah.
Some of the other guys, Andres Biedrins from the Warriors shot 18% one season.
It's amazing.
Like, how the hell can you? So I'm waiting, and I say it every time I do something. I'm saying it on yours, every interview I do, and I'll do it to the day I die.
Yep.
I'm waiting for an owner, general manager, or a coach to have enough guts to take a position. Let's face it, you're playing ball, you're getting paid millions of dollars, because the lowest paid guy in the NBA makes like $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting paid millions of dollars.
Yep.
Your boss says, you know what? You're not really very good at shooting free throws, and you're hurting our team, so I need you to learn how to shoot underhanded free throws and try Rick Barry style.
Yeah.
And the players will go, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Okay, where in the real world can somebody who has a job, getting paid millions of dollars by their boss, tells the boss that he's not going to do what the boss wants him to do and still have a job?
Yeah. The NBA.
What the hell is wrong? Yeah, what the hell? You got to be freaking kidding me. No, it's not a simple fact. The closest it ever came is I heard that Don Nelson had told Andres Biedrins that if he was coming back that next season, which he didn't, and he left and he was out of the league, that he was going to have to learn to shoot underhand free throws.
Wow.
Why would you not do that? I mean, demand it. You're an employee, for God's sake. You got to do what your boss wants you to freaking do. I can't think of fact if I told my boy, no, I'm not doing that. Okay, well then fine. Then you don't have a job anymore.
How much
or get fined.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Were any other guys doing it back in your
There
time?
were two guys. Two guys shot when I came in. Guy Rogers shot him. They didn't have the same technique. And Dave Gamby, who played with Philadelphia. Those are the only two guys that were shooting underhanded free throws. And then it went, without me, nobody else ever was shooting them. In my career, nobody.
So interesting that, like, I think about, like, when Hack-a-Shaq came out, it's like he never even tried to adjust it to underhand. His coach when he was at the Lakers, the guy that was the shooting coach, he had enough nerve. He went, Rick, well, we tried it. I said, what do you mean you tried it? Who was teaching him? Yeah.
You? You were teaching him? There is no way. But Shaq told me, he said, Rick, I'm a hip hop kind of guy. It'd be bad for my image. So, and he hurt his team. I mean, Shaq would have won multiple championships with his strength. If he was an 80% free throw shooter, every game is over at the end of the game. You just throw it to him in the post. Game's over.
Yeah.
Game's over.
Over. Yeah. It was like the one glaring weakness he had. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron has never been an 80% free throw shooter. And LeBron, I made a big deal about his thing, and I got all kinds of grief and all. But I said, this guy is one of the greatest physical specimens I've ever seen, but he's got the worst shooting form ever. And you say, are you blaming the Cleveland coaches? I said, hell yes, I'm blaming the Cleveland coaches. You got this guy, such amazing talent, and he has the worst shooting form ever. What the hell are they teaching him?
Yeah.
And then you watch his elbow in his first few years. His elbow's out here.
Yeah.
He finally got it back.
Yep.
He really improved, became a pretty decent three-point shooter, but he's never been, I don't think any season he's ever shot 80% from the free throw line.
No.
And in fact,
he's had a couple seasons under 70.
In fact, he was one of the worst defenders of most missed free throws in the last 2 minutes of games.
Yeah.
That's God's equalizer. I always said, listen, if he ever learned to really shoot the ball well and be a great free throw shooter, they'd have to outlaw him.
Yeah.
It'd be too good.
One thing I've noticed about you just in the minutes we've had here that I really admire is even when you were sitting on the couch over there, you were bragging for Willie, and you're bragging for your sons.
Greatness.
Like,
I love greatness. I love greatness. I have so much respect for anybody who's great at doing anything in life. And well, not a criminal, I don't. But I mean, and Willie was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, shit,
but it's cool because you're one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the world, but you've spent more time bragging about other people, which I really, really admire.
Oh no, I have so much respect for people who are great at what they do. I mean, I really truly do. I mean, the fact that somebody and I just ran into Oscar Robertson. Come on, Oscar Robertson, like one of the greatest players ever. Maybe never got as much recognition as he deserved.
Yeah.
I mean, because what he accomplished. Here's the difference, and credit to Westbrook for what he did. Amazing, he plays hard. What I love about him is that some of it shows up. He plays hard.
Yeah.
He plays hard, but he was trying to get triple doubles.
He was.
Oscar was just playing.
Yeah.
And he's getting triple doubles.
Yep.
And, I mean, the guy was amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So it was funny. We joked and said, yeah, well, it's nice to see another old guy. He said, yeah, it's great. So Oscar was amazing. He's just an incredible player. And so to have played against so many great guys. I played against Bird and Magic in the rookie years.
Yep.
It was my last year. I got to play against those guys. And then, Kareem, and then, Wilt and Russell. And, I mean, geez, just go down the list. I mean, you name a great player.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Bing, Bob Lanier, I mean, Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, Dave DeBuscher. You can
Dr. J,
Dr.
right?
J.
Yeah.
I played, Doc and I are good buddies and stuff. Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, who was my basketball hero.
Yep.
I mean, I played against so many great players. I have such fond memories of that, and wouldn't want to trade it for anything. As I say, I always joke when I do speeches. I say, okay, so here's the deal, everybody. If you get the magic genie, and the magic genie says you can have 3 wishes, but you can't ask for money.
Yeah.
I said, I got a deal for you. Take one of those wishes and tell them you want me to be 30 years old again, and I'll split my contract with you. There's plenty for both of us. Then I said, well, hold it, though. Wait a second. I probably wouldn't accept that and allow you to do that. You'd have to use 2 wishes of your 3, because the second wish was you'd have to make my wife 28 years old again.
So one last question I have for you. This has been awesome, by the way. You played in the ABA. You played in the NBA. You actually bounced back and forth, it sounded like, a little bit. What was the difference? Was there a difference?
The difference was they didn't have any great centers in the ABA.
Okay.
So it was more of a guard-oriented perimeter type of game, three-point shooting, things of that nature. And then they got some great centers. Artis Gilmore was really the first great big one. Dan Issel was a nice player, but he wasn't a big, 7-foot center.
Yeah.
I mean, he was basically more of a power forward.
Yeah.
And Artis was the first really great big man that they had there. And so that was the biggest difference. And I didn't go for the money. I just didn't have a good time. I mean, we came within 2 pick and roll plays of winning the NBA champion. Well, actually, that was back in '67. We could have won that against Philadelphia. But back in '75, when I left, I mean, basketball has been fun to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I love to play. And so in '67, when I did make the move over, it wasn't fun. Bill Sharman, God rest his soul, great player, and a hell of a successful coach. But he took the fun out of the game. I mean, we didn't get days off, and this morning shoot-around bullshit, which I think is the biggest waste of energy I've ever seen in my life. And everybody started copying it. When we did it back then, we would just put sneaks on and jeans, and I know why it was. Get you out of bed.
Yeah.
So you don't stay in bed all day and leave your game on your mattress.
Yeah.
And so I can understand that. So I'm saying, well, why don't we just go and have a meeting room, get us out of bed, and talk about what we want to do? Why do I want to go out at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning on a game day when I'm going to play 40-something minutes that night, use 1 freaking ounce of energy at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
It makes no freaking sense. And it turned in not then. Now, then it's also a full-scale freaking workout in the morning shoot-arounds.
Yeah.
I can understand that for the guys who don't play. Now they got 15, 16, 17, 18 guys on the rosters, 2-2-way guys or whatever. Hey, the guys that are playing the minutes, your top 8, 10 guys, if they want to go and get a chance to work out, do stuff, hey, you're welcome to it. But don't make your starters do that.
Yeah.
Don't make your top 8 players have to use any energy. Get the other guys. Let them go play. Let them keep themselves in shape. That's fine. It's great that you want to do that. I think it's the biggest waste ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no sense. What is it accomplishing?
When you hear about these guys, they'll go and get a full workout in on a game day.
Oh, yeah, no, you got to go take a shower. They've used all that energy. And then all of a sudden, when you're playing, back in my time, I played over 40 minutes. One season, I think I averaged 47 minutes. But
wow.
And plus, I wanted to play. I mean, this thing with this load management shit, what is load management? What the hell? I came to play. I don't want to be. I'm sitting out because why? Because I played a bunch of games. I mean, no, I want to play.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit
as a fan, thank you. That's what we like to
well,
hear,
here's the thing that the NBA. I always said when that first happened. I said, look, you got to put a rule in. There is no way that any player who is not hurt playing on the road should ever be allowed to take a day off.
Yeah.
Ever. Because especially when the Eastern Conference is going to the Western Conference to play, or West to East, they only play one time. Mm-hmm. And so you got the star player, people saving their money up to go, and you don't even get to see him play because he's load management.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's like going to a Michael Jackson concert and Michael Jackson's not there. Yeah,
Michael's
like,
not there.
what?
Yeah, you go to a Broadway show sometime, and the backup person is doing the show.
Okay, I know I said the one last one, but I do have one more. In today's game, in today's league, who are the players you admire the most?
I admire the guys that play the game the right way, who when they put their uniform on, you know that you're going to get everything they have in that game. No nights off, taking a night off. No, that's why like I say, I had a lot of respect for Westbrook, even though I know he was trying to get triple doubles, but the guy plays hard all the time.
He does.
Kobe, every time he put his uniform on, you're going to get the best out of him. And most players are that way. I mean, they love to play. But my favorite guys to watch are, Steph Curry, of course, with the Warriors and all. But the Joker, Joker is just so much. And you talk about fundamentals. I mean, if there's one word that I think explains him as well as any word there is efficient.
Yeah.
He's one of the most efficient players I've ever seen play the game. He was taught how to play it the right way. He can shoot the three. He can shoot the mid-range. He can get inside, use his right and left hand, use his body, pass the hell out of the basketball. I mean, he's just such a freaking efficient player. And justifiably so has been, named MVP. That's another thing in the NBA. They never listen to me. Why in the world would you – how do you have an MVP for the season on a league that has an unbalanced schedule?
Yeah.
No other sport does that.
Yeah, no.
They have the American League and baseball and the National League, and they have the MVP for each one.
That's a very good point.
Football, same thing. AFC, NFC. They have a most valuable. How do you have a most valuable player for the entire NBA season when they don't play a balanced schedule? Plus, from a marketing standpoint, which the NBA has always been a big leader in, you get another sponsor.
Yeah.
MVP of the Western Conference,
Yeah.
MVP of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
And then, forget the All-Star game because it's not even a game anymore. They should just call this NBA Exhibition.
Yeah.
It's the NBA All-Star Exhibition. That's what it should be called because it's not a game anymore.
Globetrotters
Well, it's
type
not.
thing.
It's not a game. And, our game was serious freaking basketball, and it was awesome. And so they need to just get rid of all that bullshit. They tried all kinds of things to make it a little bit better, but that's up to the players to do it. There's so much money involved now, and
they want to prolong their careers. As long as they can, right?
it's crazy, unfortunately. But even then, even back in those days, they should have always had 2 awards in an All-Star game: most outstanding player, most valuable player. They're not necessarily the same.
Okay.
I got MVP in the 1967 All-Star game, and MVP. I think I should have got what I call the MOP award, the most outstanding player. I scored 38 points.
Yeah.
Okay? But the most valuable player to our team was our center, Nate Thurmond, going up against the front line of Jerry Lucas, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell.
Wow.
Okay? I mean, and he played great defense. He did stuff. So he was more valuable to us. I would have been the most outstanding player.
Yeah.
And you can usually always have. Now, sometimes it could be both. Mm-hmm. But why not have another award? Get another sponsor. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It doesn't make so. I just don't understand sometimes that people don't learn from past experiences, but that's the case. That's why we keep having wars.
Yeah. Because
people don't learn from what happened before. You're supposed to learn from the past.
Yep.
We don't. Pickleball. So that's my sport now, doing stuff. All these factions and stuff, the APP, the PPA, they're fighting one another. I said, didn't you guys learn anything? I used to get on telecast and broadcast and say, hey, didn't you see what happened? What happened in football? What happened in basketball? What happened in hockey? All you're going to do is spend a lot of money fighting each other. Why don't you just come together and work together and do what's best for the sport?
Yeah.
And not waste all your freaking money fighting each other.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot smarter, a lot simpler. You're going to save a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
anyway. Is there anywhere we can follow your pickleball?
Oh, I don't know. I play in 4 major tournaments. The 4 major tournaments. They have the USA Pickleball National Championships. They have the U.S. Seniors National Championships. They have the U.S. Open Championships, and then there's the World Senior Games that they have, the Huntsman World Senior Games, all different sports, and pickleball is one of them. So I've won championships in all of those. Last year I decided to play singles for the first time to see. I don't know if my knee could hold up because I have no cartilage in it, and so I tried it last year, and it worked out great. So there's what they call the Triple Crown: winning singles, mixed doubles, men's doubles, in your age and skill.
Yeah.
And so I did it last year, and I won 11 of the 12. The last one was mixed doubles in the U.S. Seniors, and my partner and I beat this team, and we played them for the gold medal, and they wound up beating us for the gold medal. So that just crushed me because I thought I'd have a record that could never be broken, only tied. It's going to be hard to tie that one, too, for somebody to do that, though, to win, because I won 11 of the 12 gold medals. So I'm really kind of proud of that. You got to set goals for yourself.
Who's your partner?
So I had different partners. My Fred Shuey is a friend from San Diego. He and I have won multiple championships in men's doubles. All those events, we've won titles.
Yeah.
And then...
just a friend? Or is he also a former star athlete?
No, it's just somebody I wound up meeting, and we got to play together, and we became friends. In fact, I'm going to see him coming up this weekend. Go watch the Major League Pickleball Championships in San Diego.
Oh,
so
cool.
we're going to go stay at his house and do that. And we'll play together in the. We play together in 3 U.S. Open, Nationals, and the Huntsman Games. He doesn't want to come back for the U.S. Seniors because it's all the way across country, and he only gets to play in one event. I play in 4 different events, and so he didn't want to take the travel that far to do that. And so the U.S. Open, he'll do it because we play in 2 different events in that one. We play in an age thing and then also an age skill thing.
Cool.
So and then I met a lady. I played with Alice Tim, who actually I won a bunch of titles last year with her. Alice is a great lady. Was one of the top players in the world in Billie Jean King day. She had Billie Jean King at match point at Wimbledon back in her day.
Really?
She was 13th in the world in singles.
Wow.
And unfortunately, she can't move too well right now, and we almost pulled it off. But I said I got to try to win that, but I can't do the Triple Crown again because they screwed me in the U.S. Open. There was nobody my age and skill to play.
Yeah.
My age and skill, there was nobody to play, so they had to do it. And for some reason, I met the lady who was there. I said, "Well, why wouldn't you have just moved me down to a 1?" They took me from my 4-0 to the 4-5 because I won everything. So I said, "Okay, great. Well, since there's nobody to play, why don't you put me down to 75, 79, and I'll play against, still keep me in the 4-0, or even," I said, I would have accepted even the 4-5 to play against some better people and challenge. Yeah. But they put me all the way down to 70 years old and left me at 4-5, which is stupid. I played against a guy who was a former tennis pro who was just turned 70 years old. I mean, I had no chance to ever beat him.
Yeah.
I mean, over 10 years of difference in age is kind of tough. And
you're 81?
Yeah. And so, that was tough. And so that just killed my Triple Crown stuff for this year. Dang. But I won mixed doubles and men's doubles. And so, but I'm going to play all 3 of them in the next ones. And I found a little Japanese lady, really nice, Emmy. She played in the World Seniors, and she and her husband gave us a good match. And afterwards, I said, "Do you always play with your husband?" And because she can move and hit the serves better than anybody I played with at that age. And she says, no, we don't play that often together. I said, "Well, would you be interested maybe next year playing with me in some of the major tournaments?" She said, "Oh, that would be very nice." And so I've got her. She told me she couldn't play in the seniors, unfortunately. So I still have to see if my partner in the U.S. Open, who doesn't like to travel, we won the last 2 years down there, Sue Matthews. And so I'm seeing if she wants to go up because it's in Florida, up in Pictona, which is up north of Orlando. And so I'm waiting to see from her if she wants to come up and play with me in December. But if not, I still have to find a partner for that one. But Emmy's going to play with me in the Worlds and
That's cool.
the USA Pickleball Nationals. And I won with Sue already in April in the US Open. So it's cool, but you have to have challenges, and I just love to compete. I love to compete.
I can see
it's such
that.
a great sport. Such a great sport.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Rick, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Okay.